The cafe was bustling, a symphony of clinking cups and murmured conversations. Amelia, a renowned architect, sat alone, nursing a lukewarm latte. Her phone buzzed with an email from her ex-fiancé, Liam. It was a simple update about a mutual friend, but it sent a familiar pang through her chest. 5 years ago, they were inseparable, their lives meticulously planned, their dreams intertwined. They had even bought a small, charming house together, envisioning a future filled with laughter and shared successes. Then, almost overnight, it all unraveled. A sudden, inexplicable shift in Liam's priorities, a growing distance, and finally, a quiet, devastating goodbye. There was no dramatic fight, no betrayal, just a slow, agonizing drift. They had shared everything, except, it seemed, the same path. Now, seeing his name, hearing about his new life, she felt a profound ache. How could two souls so deeply connected, so perfectly aligned, simply drift apart? Was it a failure? A mistake? Or something far more intricate, woven into the very fabric of existence? The human heart yearns for permanence, for certainty in a world of constant flux. We cling to connections, believing they are ours to hold forever. But what if the ebb and flow of relationships, the unexpected meetings and the painful partings are not random acts of fate, but rather the intricate dance of unseen forces? What if there's a profound wisdom in the ancient proverb, with destiny, even 1,000 miles apart, one can meet. Without destiny, even face to face, one cannot meet. This isn't about predestination, but about the delicate interplay of conditions, karma, and impermanence. Join us as we explore this ancient truth, illuminated by Buddhist philosophy, to understand why some bonds feel fated, while others remain elusive, and how embracing this understanding can lead to deeper peace and acceptance in our lives. Amelia and Liam's story began in a university lecture hall, a chance encounter that blossomed into a whirlwind romance. They were both ambitious, creative, and shared a passion for sustainable design. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, their ideas sparking off each other. They spent countless nights sketching designs, dreaming of building eco-friendly communities, and traveling the world together. Their friends called them a power couple, destined for greatness. They moved into a small apartment, then bought the charming house, each piece of furniture a testament to their shared vision. They were, to all appearances, building a life, a future, together. But beneath the surface, subtle shifts were occurring. Amelia's passion for architecture deepened, evolving into a desire to work on large-scale urban planning projects, to impact cities on a grand scale. Liam, while still loving design, found himself increasingly drawn to the quiet solitude of nature, dreaming of building small, self-sufficient eco-lodges in remote wilderness areas. At first, these were just different interests, easily accommodated. But as their careers progressed, these differences became chasms. Amelia's work demanded long hours in the city, networking, and constant travel. Liam's vision required him to be away, scouting remote locations, living a simpler, more isolated life. The conversations became strained. Amelia would talk about skyscrapers and urban revitalization. Liam would speak of sustainable farming and off-grid living. They tried to bridge the gap, to find common ground, but their core aspirations had diverged. The shared dreams, once a unifying force, now highlighted their growing separation. There was no anger, no resentment, just a quiet, heartbreaking realization that the future they had meticulously planned together no longer fit either of them. The love was still there, a deep, abiding affection, but the path forward was no longer shared. The final conversation was gentle, tearful, and utterly devoid of blame. They simply acknowledged that their individual destinies were pulling them in different directions. The house, once a symbol of their unity, became a monument to their divergence. They sold it, divided their belongings, and walked away, not as enemies, but as two people who had loved deeply, but whose dependent origination had simply run its course. A Buddhist perspective, Amelia and Liam's story is a poignant illustration of the intricate dance of dependent origination, karma, and impermanence in human relationships. It challenges our conventional understanding of connection and separation, inviting us to look beyond simplistic notions of success or failure. From a Buddhist perspective, their parting was not a tragedy, but a natural unfolding of the universe's inherent laws. 1. The truth of suffering. Dukkha. The suffering here is the ache of separation, the sadness of unfulfilled shared dreams, and the pain of letting go of a deeply cherished connection. It's the clinging, upadana, to the idea of a permanent, unchanging relationship and the craving, tanha, for a future that no longer aligns. Both Amelia and Liam experienced this suffering, not from malice, but from the natural friction of their evolving paths. 2. The truth of the origin of suffering. Samadaya. The origin is not a lack of love or a mistake. It is the inherent impermanence, anicca, of all phenomena, coupled with their attachment to the idea of a fixed, shared future. Their individual aspirations, while initially aligned, evolved differently, creating new karmic seeds that led them down separate paths. The suffering arose from resisting this natural evolution, from clinging to a past vision that no longer served their present realities. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering. Nirodha. The cessation of this particular suffering comes not from forcing the relationship to continue, but from accepting the reality of their divergent paths. It means releasing the attachment to the outcome, to the shared dream, and finding peace in the present moment. It is the liberation that comes from understanding that some connections are meant to be profound, but not necessarily eternal in their current form. 4. The truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. Magga. This is the noble Eightfold Path, offering a practical framework for navigating such profound shifts with wisdom and compassion. 1. Right view. Samadhi. This is the fundamental understanding that all phenomena, including relationships, are impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not self. Amelia and Liam, through their pain, began to see that their individual paths were unfolding according to their own dependent origination and karma, and that clinging to a past shared identity was causing more suffering. Right view allows them to see the situation without blame as a natural process. 2. Right intention. Samma Sakappa. Their intention shifted from trying to force a shared future to cultivating goodwill and non-harming towards each other, even in separation. It's the intention to seek peace and understanding, rather than clinging to resentment or regret. 3. Right speech. Samma Vaka. Their final conversation, though painful, was marked by honesty and kindness, avoiding blame or harsh words. This is right speech in action, communicating with integrity and compassion, even when delivering difficult truths. 4. Right action. Sammakamanta. The act of selling the house and dividing belongings, though emotionally charged, was done with mutual respect and fairness. Right action here means acting in ways that do not cause further harm, and that support the well-being of all involved. 5. Right livelihood. Samma Ajiva. While typically referring to one's profession, in this context, it extends to living in a way that supports one's true aspirations and values, even if it means diverging from a previously shared path. Both Amelia and Liam were moving towards their authentic callings. 6. Right effort. Samavayama. This involves actively cultivating wholesome states of mind, like acceptance and compassion, and abandoning unwholesome ones, like clinging and regret. It's the effort to process the grief without letting it consume them, and to move forward with an open heart. 7. Right mindfulness. Samasati. Being fully present with the emotions of separation, observing them without judgment. Amelia, noticing the pang in her chest when she saw Liam's name, and instead of dwelling on it, acknowledging it as a passing sensation, a residue of a past connection. This allows for processing without being overwhelmed. 8. Right concentration. Samma samadhi. Through sustained mindfulness and effort, a deeper state of calm and insight can be achieved. This allows them to see the larger picture, to understand the intricate workings of dependent origination, karma, and impermanence, and to find peace in the acceptance of what is. How do we navigate the profound sadness and confusion when shared paths diverge? The Buddhist teachings offer not a quick fix, but a profound framework for acceptance and growth. 1. Acknowledge the duality of connection. Understand that every connection, no matter how deep, carries the seed of separation. Cherish the present moments fully, knowing they are precious and impermanent. 2. Practice compassionate detachment. This is not indifference, but the ability to love deeply without clinging. It means allowing others the freedom to follow their own dependent origination and karma, even if it takes them away from you. 3. Reflect on your own karma. Recognize that your current experiences are a result of past actions and intentions. This empowers you to shape your future by cultivating wholesome thoughts, words, and deeds in the present. 4. Find meaning in the unfolding. Instead of viewing divergence as a failure, see it as a natural part of life's unfolding. Each separation creates space for new dependent origination to arise, new connections to form, and new aspects of your own path to be revealed. 5. Cultivate self-compassion. The pain of separation is real. Be kind to yourself during this process. Allow yourself to grieve, but also to heal and grow. Remember that your worth is not defined by the permanence of any relationship. We build lives, brick by brick, with others, intertwining our dreams and destinies. But what happens when the threads, once so tightly woven, begin to unravel, not from conflict, but from the quiet, undeniable pull of individual paths? What is the unspoken truth in your own life, where you shared everything, except the same path? The world teaches us how to build, how to connect, how to hold on. But no one ever truly teaches us how to gracefully let go when the dependent origination has shifted. If this story resonates with you, share it with someone who understands the bittersweet reality of separate journeys. Let's start the conversation about the beauty and pain of paths that diverge. Namaste.